Avatar: The Way of Water knocks 2015's Furious 7 from the number 10 slot in the all-time box office top 10 with its cumulative gross of $1.516 billion. Avatar: The Way of Water has entered the all-time box office top 10 during its third week at the box office. The film is the long-awaited follow-up to 2009's Avatar, which remains the highest-grossing film of all time worldwide. Director James Cameron has previously stated that the film would need to make close to $2 billion in order to reach the break-even point thanks to its huge budget, but despite an opening weekend that was significantly under expectations, as well as being buffeted domestically by dangerous winter weather, the film has shown incredible growth week over week, already becoming the highest-grossing film released in 2022. Per Entertainment Weekly, the box office of Avatar: The Way of Water has continued to climb with no sign of stopping. As it approaches its fourth weekend in theaters after its December 16 release, the film has now reached a staggering worldwide cumulative total of $1.516 billion. This means it is now the number 10 highest-grossing film of all time at the worldwide box office, knocking Paul Walker's Farewell Fast and Furious entry Furious 7, which grossed $1.515 billion, out of the overall top 10. How far could Avatar: The Way of Water climb up the all-time list? Avatar: The Way of Water will probably continue to climb up the top 10 list, which is still led by the original Avatar at $2.92 billion. The films immediately in the path of the Avatar sequel are 2012's The Avengers, $1.518 billion, 2019's The Lion King, $1.663 billion, 2015's Jurassic World, $1.671 billion, and 2021's Spider-Man: No Way Home, $1.916 billion. These are the films that it will almost certainly overtake, with Avengers expected to fall to number 10 by the end of tomorrow beyond a shadow of a doubt. However, beyond that point is when the all-time highest-grossing films cross the $2 billion mark. Although pundits now expect Avatar: The Way of Water to blast past that goal, it hasn't always seemed like a guarantee that the film would reach that threshold. Beyond that point, the films at numbers 5 through 2 form an increasingly daunting challenge, including 2018's Avengers: Infinity War, $2.048 billion, 2015's Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, $2.069 billion, 1997's Titanic, $2.201 billion, and 2019's Avengers: Endgame, $2.797 billion. So far, Avatar: The Way of Water's daily earnings are showing a hold on the box office that none of the other films in the top 10 can compete with. It only remains to be seen if audience interest can hold through a relatively dry January for new releases, with the only major wide-release competition coming in the forms of Blumhouse M3GAN this weekend and Warner Bros. House Party reboot on January 13. So far, it seems like pretty smooth sailing in the box office until the release of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania swoops in on February 17, so the sequel might just have what it takes to reach the top 3, if not the number 1 spot.